Ladies and gentlemen, this is Baller Alert Radio, the home of Comet Creepin', Baller Mail, Groupie Tales, Morning Wood, and Baller Wars. This is Baller Alert Radio, featuring your lifestyle specialist, Kenny Burns, with Sue Solo and Ferrari Simmons.
The dream is real.
It was all a dream.
Get up, get up, get up.
It's about to go down.
Newsflash.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Slacking on your pimpin', turn it up.
You know, if you're gonna shoot, you better shoot straight, because a wounded animal is the worst thing you can deal with.
Facts. This is Baller Alert Radio, featuring your lifestyle specialist, Kenny Burns, with Sue Solo and Ferrari Simmons.
The dream is real.
Yeah, Baller Nation, we in the building. It's Baller Alert Radio. I'm your lifestyle specialist, Kenny Burns.
The young boy Ferrari Simmons.
Your favorite Ethiopian, Sue Solo.
I swear to God, that's going to be adopted across the world as the May team call. You know what I'm talking about?
Dig it, dig it.
How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Congratulations. The first episode was brilliant.
Yes.
The world is talking about Baller Alert Radio. How do you feel, Sue Solo, for your first time?
You know what? It's really weird to know that my family in Ethiopia can really go online
and check you out.
and see it and hear it and watch it, and it's very surreal.
How you feel, Rari?
I feel great.
You're getting a lot of attention.
A lot of attention. Different space. Different space type of attention.
And it's awesome, man, when you actually can base it on the content on Baller Alert. I mean,
exactly.
we was just rapping about things that are, you know, that are projected from our amazing IG and social channels, man. And we gonna jump right into it, man, in case you missed it.
Just in case you
missed it.
There was some brilliant things going on this weekend. One in which Jay-Z released a interview with the Rap Radar folks, who are now affiliated with, what is the word? Associated.
Yes.
Associated.
Sorry, I had a lot of tequila last night. So anyway, they did an interview, and in the interview, you know, Jay got as personal as he did on the 4/4 album. And let me give you a little context. So there's always been a big brother relationship between Jay-Z and Kanye.
Right.
He did a record called Big Brother.
My big brother was Big's brother. Used to be Dame and Big's brother.
Yes, and he had a whole thing about it was almost his shot and he needed a better look, and you know, they worked it out, and then Kanye went here.
Jay-Z, call me, bro. You still ain't called me. Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them out my head. Just call me. Beyonce, I was hurt. Because I heard that you said you wouldn't perform unless you won Video of the Year over me and over How I Blame.
Yeah, so, you know, we all know Kanye goes on these emotional rants, and that was on the last tour. What was the name of the tour, Octavia? The St. Pablo tour, right? So he was, I forgot which market, but he made those statements, and then it became this.
But you ain't the same. This ain't Kumbaya. But you got hurt because you did Kumbaya. You gave him 20 million without blinking. He gave you 20 minutes on stage. What was he thinking?
You know, not to say that there wasn't any conversation or happenings in between that, but on the Rap Radar interview with Elliott Wilson, Jay-Z said this.
What really hurt me, you can't bring my kids into my wife into it. Like, Kanye's my little brother. He's talked about me 100 times. He made a song called Big Brother. We've gotten past bigger issues, but you brought my family into it. Now it's a problem with me. That's a real problem. Now we have to, and you know it's a problem, because me and him would have been talked about. We'd have been resolved our issue. But you know that he crossed the line. I know him. He knows. He knows. Only he has to know. I know he knows.
He has to know. So let's just break it down a little bit. Kanye West had some things to say. Jay-Z kind of, you know, didn't think this was equal to the prior conversations about him and his little brother. He brought his family into it, and that's where you cross the line. And Jay isn't as forgiving this go round. What do you guys think?
Well, I think for starters, it was a forgiving part from Jay because you brought Beyonce and the family into it.
Yeah.
now, as men, I think if I have an issue with you, I'm gonna talk to you about that.
No question.
I'm not gonna publicly talk about your wife in front of millions of people.
I was hurt.
Everybody saw that. So now everyone's including Beyonce in Jay-Z and Kanye's issues.
Yeah.
And then they're bringing in Blue and Kanye's daughter, North.
Okay.
All that's being brought up. Wow. Family stuff is being brought up with it's just an issue between brothers that's going to get solved.
I'm just trying to figure out what happened to Kanye. Like, what happened from the first
Kardashian
album
curse
to now? Like,
do you think it's that?
Kardashian curse, bro.
I would have never expected Kanye to do that. Like, he didn't strike me as the person to blast Jay-Z out like that.
Kardashian curse.
But how the hell are they doing this?
I think that Kanye. Let's backtrack. So when you go to high school. And you're in high school. I just want to keep it 1,000. When you're in high school and you're not the most popular kid, but you have an offering, you have a gift, but people don't really recognize that gift.
Right.
And then you're frustrated. You become frustrated because the girl really doesn't give you the play you think you deserve or know you deserve. Fuck think. You know you deserve this attention. You know you're going to be the biggest producer, rapper in the history of the world, but yet you didn't get that early in life.
Right.
But then you get it. And then everything is at your feet.
Yeah.
You can have whatever you want.
Whoever you want.
No one's saying no. Right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, okay, this guy, this enormous figure who's Jay-Z, who is my big brother, who put me on, I'm on your level now. And you gonna respect me.
Yeah.
But then my choices in life when it comes to women aren't quite the choices that my big brother made.
Excellent.
Beyonce might have a little bit more respectability because she did her way. Didn't have multiple boyfriends in the public eye.
Didn't have a sex tape.
In the public eye, right.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Didn't have
I thought
sex
that was next.
tape.
I figured that was next.
Right? So there's a certain thing, and I really want to hear your perspective, that how women look at Beyonce versus how they look at Kim Kardashian.
All right. Now.
Right?
For sure.
Right.
For sure. Across the board, we definitely respect Beyonce. We hold her to a different statue.
Queen Bee.
Right, than we would Kim K. Now, I'm a little bit of a weirdo. Like, I'm not mad at the Kardashians for how they did their thing. They did what they needed to do. It worked out. But you just should not dare try to compare anybody to the queen. Like, you can't do that.
Well, I think she put it together properly, and I think ultimately that's what Kanye's upset about. Accept us, accept my family,
accept me,
accept all of us. So don't just accept me, Jay and Beyonce. Accept my wife and my kids, and that's really what the issue is. But
I don't think that they're not accepted. I think they just choose to not.
No, Beyonce doesn't accept.
Not accepting someone and choosing not to have them around you in certain situations, I think is different. Like there are some people that
That's accepting though.
What about that picture? Remember that picture maybe 4 or 5 years ago? You probably have to find it. It's Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kanye, Kim.
Right. It looked uncomfortable.
It looked that did not look authentic.
I believe it was the BET Awards or the BET Hip Hop Awards, one of those award shows.
Something that Kim probably never went to, yeah.
But the picture, you could tell Kim Kardashian, people were making memes like, oh my God, when is this shit gonna be over?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Meanwhile, everybody else is, enjoying the hip hop culture.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, I think that's I think that's what it is. Kanye
wants a seat at the table.
He wants a seat at the table with his family.
His family.
Yeah.
And listen, they have a beautiful family.
They do.
I think that they are doing wonders in business. I think that they have a formula that works. I think Jay-Z and Beyonce obviously buying that $90 million house.
Penthouse.
Did you see that house?
I saw it.
I don't know why all that is necessary.
Looks like it's like a bowling alley, tennis court, basketball court,
two pools,
hockey.
Pools.
You can play hockey there.
Yeah.
Look like all that. You can do all that there.
I just
you don't have to leave.
I just want to say the price one more time. $90 million.
Wonder if they went half on that.
They doing something. Beyonce probably said, "I got this one, babe. We good. We good."
Jay-Z hit you with that meme.
Yeah. Yeah, and big shout out to Hov, man. I just want to repeatedly say, man, he is truly a contributor to culture that is unmatched. I think the fact that all of his friends are at the table eating in a major way says something about his character. And that's setting me up for my next diatribe.
Here we go.
Diatribe.
As young Rory would say.
That's my word. Let's go.
And I want to send this out to the crafty niggas. Oof. It's a bunch of you crafty niggas out here. Camera, please get in my face as I say crafty niggas. Dear crafty niggas.
Come on.
Let's begin by defining what a culture vulture is. A culture vulture, Sue Solo's favorite word, is someone who steals traits, language, and or fashion from another ethnic or social group in order to create their own identity. Did you hear me, Baller Nation?
We did.
Sounds like some people we work with or know right now, don't it? Let me repeat. A culture vulture is someone who steals traits, language, and or fashion from another ethnic or social group in order to create their own identity. You non-identity having motherfuckers.
You
think
fucking
about
thieves.
it. Since the beginning of time, we the people, black people, have always been taken from. It's no secret. Inventions, music, the arts, dance, fashion, lifestyle in general. And when it happens, we create again. We adapt, we adjust. We magnificently keep it moving. But therein lies the cancer party, people. The lack of education, resources, fear. What we scared of? It all had us keeping our heads down and pushing forward because quite frankly, we didn't want no trouble. I mean, our spidey senses wanted to do something about it, voice our opinion, stand up for ourselves, but we just listened to our peers. Get it? Listening to our peers with your hating ass, gross stunting ass, Donald Trump looking alike ass. You hear stories all the time about how slave owners would use crafty niggas to hunt and or lure their own into slavery. Now tell me, who's the vulture? Stay woke and to think. When slavery existed, sometimes there would be 20 slaves on a plantation and 2 masters. Tell me, who had the better odds? And you trying to tell me there wasn't a crafty nigga in the mix? The Uncle Tom motherfucker that spewed the rhetoric and fear made you think it was like that, and that's the way it is.
Your face ass.
I got caught up on that one. Fast forward to today. It's some crafty niggas out here that scream culture, but are vultures all the same.
Keep telling them, Kenny.
Out here acting like they ain't vote for Donald Trump. Like racist white people are the majority. Like they didn't recognize your genes from the get-go, but made you feel less than. Talking about ain't no IN team, but never played on a team in their motherfucking life. Stay woke. This is a note to all the culture vultures who disguise themselves as one of us. If you take from someone who doesn't know any better, you're a thief.
You fucking thief.
Bitch ass motherfucker.
Ooh.
Let me say that again. If you take from someone who doesn't know any better, you're a thief. If you profit off the culture that you misrepresent, you are a forgotten thought upon your demise. And we all know that will eat you alive. What happens when there's nothing else to say? Oh, we know, Baller Nation. You have never had a true identity anyway. Wow.
Deep.
Wow.
Facial.
What's that? Yeah, I tell you, I like that. We're going to go and turn up, y'all. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, KB in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what I'm talking about on my soapbox right now, because, you know, I feel like there's so many cultural leaders that scream culture, scream positivity, and scream all these pro-community things, but yet deteriorate the community as we know it, right? Don't want to let you blow up, Rari, because you supposed to be in that place. You supposed to stay there. You supposed to just be in radio for 27 years and not go on TV and be the ultimate superstar you meant to be.
Right.
Keeping Sue introducing herself to everybody, getting all these amazing fans as they come in these clubs and have an amazing time. But that's where you supposed to be all your life? I think not.
Right.
So how y'all feel about these culture vultures, aka crafty niggas?
From an Ethiopian standpoint, we are a very prideful culture. We stick together no matter where we are.
That's right.
And to see brands literally take the fabric that our mothers respect, you know, the fabric that wraps these children, and to be used in a way that has nothing to do with benefiting the country. Like, they don't talk about where these fabrics are coming from. They don't share the beauty of it. They are not sharing the profit of the product. It's hurtful because it's just one of those things that these people do.
Yeah.
It's just another thing that they do.
Rory, I know you see it all the time.
Man, I think
these crafty niggas.
Crafty niggas. I think it needs to be a lot more ownership on the culture from people like us that look like us.
From the culture,
I think sometimes we tend to buy products from people that don't look like us, but then they sell things. They sell things for people that look like us, but they don't look like us. I think we need more people that look like us to sell us product for people like us. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Like Rari hats.
Yeah. Rari
snapbacks.
Yes.
There should be no reason everyone should not be supporting that.
Exactly.
It's my product.
Yeah.
Jay-Z said it in an interview. He's like, I don't really agree with LeVar Ball and his tactics, but he has an exceptional point of view.
Example.
I wouldn't wear the shoes, but I bought 3 pair. So that's what he said. You know what I mean? And that's because it was a black man that had an athlete, and he was like, well, why sign with Nike? What would be the reason I'm going to sign with Nike when I can create my
own thing?
But you know, that's what I'm talking about them crafty niggas. About them, you know, slave owners that had that in between that came to, no, trust me.
Right.
Come this way. If you do that, you can eat food. Not like it's not food out there in the wilderness to go hunt and get your motherfucking self. But no, come on in this house.
I'll give it to you. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
To give it to you.
And that's wrong. And that's what I call a true culture vulture. And people always want to give Kim Kardashian the stigma. And yeah, there are women who, you know, try to make themselves look like black women so that black men jump in. But then that's not all the way true either. Men in general are just fucking animals, and they want to conquer, and they want to fucking, you know, venture out, and they want to explore, and it has nothing to do with Kim Kardashian per se. Now, culture vultures of our own, aka crafty niggas, is the worst kind of nigga, the worst kind of human being. When you take your own, right, and you don't give them the opportunities knowing they have the talent, or don't give them the direction knowing that they need guidance. That's the real vulture to me. Yeah. You gonna just take, you a thief.
Yeah.
A thief is the worst criminal on earth outside of a murderer. You know what I'm talking about? So I just want that to sink on in your brains, you know what I'm talking about? Because there's a lot of people out here screaming that, and we applaud and salute these people like they really, really, really give a fuck. And their bottom line, and this goes back to even the Donald Trump thing, and the reason I mentioned it in my dissertation and what actually inspired is because a lot of you motherfuckers out there voted for Donald Trump. Some of you black cultural leaders, y'all voted for that man. Kanye went to meet with that man.
In his orange hair.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about he wanted to say, no, you don't do that. He was divisive from the beginning. Hillary Clinton said something a year ago on the 26th, exactly what was going to happen. His whole campaign was ran on rhetoric and negativity. I mean, even from our last episode, like, have you seen what's going on? And you seen the type of people that are marching, talking about white supremacy and KKK resurgence, and have you seen them? They look like meth addicts. Those people live in the mountains, bruh.
Yeah.
Those people, I live in the suburbs around white people. Ain't none of them white people thinking like that. All white people ain't racist.
I like that breakdown.
You feel me? And they're not even, it's like saying ISIS is a threat. ISIS is 400, and this is not an ignorant statement. I'm giving you an example of how ridiculous it is. ISIS, quote unquote, is a 400-person organization versus the biggest military in the world, but we give them so much priority. Yeah. No, priority. And that's what's happening with Donald Trump. He knows how to work it, but guess what? Like we discussed on the last edition of Baller Radio, it's the power and the money. You see, yeah, you can have the toothless, bearded, you know, non-factos, which are the white supremacists and the whatevers, right? KKK whatevers, but then there's somebody letting this happen, bro. There's somebody that's controlling the strings that is allowing the bullshit to happen. Because trust me, just like we said last time, they kill their own. They not having nothing happen that they don't want to happen. Right. So I just want to, you know, bring that to a close with that. But stay woke, y'all. It ain't about going. They was talking about today. I was seeing people in Atlanta talking about go to 10th and Peachtree. They come with, no, and do what? And do what? Bust their heads open, whoop that. We know, but guess what they want to do? They want you to do that so they can invoke martial law.
Right.
You know what martial law is?
I know what that is.
Martial law is when they gonna tear your motherfucking ass up and have the right to do it. Yeah. across the board. So don't go out here bugging out y'all and getting caught up in that. That is a small percentage of the world that is thinking like that. It's being spewed and amplified by the media, but it's not necessarily true.
Quick question.
Fake news.
Do you ever think it would be martial law?
I think
Do
they
you
already
think that will
tried
ever
it.
happen?
Yeah.
I'm talking about actually happen.
Yes.
I mean, it
I
can
don't put
happen.
anything past. Yes, it could absolutely
can
happen.
That's when the military control of normal civilian functions of the government, especially in response to a temporary emergency such as invasion or major disaster or in occupied territory.
Yeah, so that's what it would be. It would be occupied territory. There would be someone on every corner policing the state. Not like the police ride around and check on things and report to burglaries. It'll be somebody on every corner telling you where to go and what to do.
Shutting you down.
Yeah, so with that, we're going to wrap that segment up. I need a drink, Sue. Would you like to just pop one of those
Please pop
bottles
one and pour it in my Baller Alert cup.
of Perrier Joulet?
The Perrier Jouet. You know
Hey, hold on. Public service.
Hold on, say that right. Say that right. Say it again.
Perrier Jouet.
Okay.
Perrier
You must be-
Ballerfiic Rosé. You know what I'm saying?
You must be an ambassador.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, do a little something,
I
put
did
around
see a
little
Baller
something.
Alert charm. Somebody got a Baller Alert charm blinged all
The
over.
boss had one. She hit me last night. Like, they told me they were going to give me a chain. I thought it was going to be like a gold nugget or something. It had diamonds. I mean, it looked really good.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, Baller Nation, if you did not see it, it's on the Baller Alert IG page.
At Baller Alert.
Shop All That Jazz. Big shout out to Shop All That Jazz. They blessed.
The diamonds was blinding me via the telephone.
Yeah, that joint was nice. All right, Rory.
For those people
So, are you going to pop this or not?
Well, I just wanted to describe something for the
sorry.
people that don't know what Perrier
Yes.
Jouet is. It's actually that beautiful flower bottle that you see in the club. Costs a couple of.
Oh, in the BMF days, they used to
hundreds.
bust these like it was
them
wall.
down.
Yeah, you know that's when you were really celebrating the good life, man. All the ends.
Yeah,
BMF
one of the
had on
best rosé champagnes
So
out.
here's to the second episode of Baller Alert Radio.
Yeah,
Culture
we love
deserves it.
We love it.
Dream Team, PJ in the
Dream
building.
Team.
Let's go.
As soon as you pop that. All right, so let's. Oh, yeah. You heard that?
There you go.
Did you
know
hear
how to
that?
make the noises.
Yeah.
Don't do the noises.
All right, let me get to this baller mail.
Message.
The topic is quit trying to turn a situationship into a relationship.
Hey,
Ladies,
Rory, the
stop
love
it.
doctor.
As we proceed. Ladies, why is it that the less interested men are in us, the more interested we are in them? Although he says all the right things, his action shows otherwise. Maybe it's the thrill of the chase that we feed off of. Catching feelings for a man who isn't giving you signs that he wants to commit only leads down the path of heartbreak. Surely we would all have a moment that we are a bit hopeless romantic when it comes to that particular guy. Yet, when you try to have that talk, he makes it very clear he is not looking for a relationship.
Y'all be lying though, but okay.
And is adamant no matter the reason he gives you. You then lie to yourself, thinking the power of your box will overcome.
Slippery.
I'm talking about just throwing it back, throwing it all the way back. Boom, 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 bow, bow, all that.
Bring it back, Rory.
Having flashbacks.
Bring it
last
back.
night.
My bad. But you will never be able to force a man to do what he isn't ready to do.
Hello?
Please pay attention to my enunciation on particular words.
Come on.
This format that I'm reading. Okay. Wake up, girl. Wake up. Just because he decides to go along with your shenanigans, that doesn't change the fact that he is not your man. Don't get confused by his minor tantrums or bits of jealousy. Focus on what his actions show. If he refuses to give you the title, don't lose yourself trying to convince him that you are worth it. Just find someone who already sees that you are worth it.
Hey.
No matter how much of yourself that you give this man, you will still find yourself months, maybe even years later with no relationship status. So you can continue to deal with him and make yourself believe the two of you are in a relationship, but don't act surprised when he pops up with a new chick. In the end, at some point, you're going to have to stop giving that man the cow when he's made it clear that he's never going to buy your milk.
Wait. Time out. Say that again, please.
In the end, at some point, you're going to have to stop giving that man the cow when he's made it clear that he's never going to buy your milk.
Okay, so we're going to just not call people cows. We weren't saying cow. We were just saying...
It's all right. We get it, guys.
Stop holding on to false hope and find a man for you, because, honey, you're just about building this one for the next woman. Hashtag Ballerfiic relationships. relationships. Now,
Ballerfiic relationships.
2 points I must say. Number
Robert,
one.
I just want to say that was a great analogy. I was just confused at first, but now I get it. Cow.
It was good.
Milk.
Cow milk. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Two things I'm gonna say. I'm gonna kick the off. Number one, it's a fact. That's a fact. That whole diatribe, I like.
It's
that.
a fact.
That's a fact. Number two, now I must break this down. Relationships, situationships, all of the above, they're all so circumstantial. For example, I don't care. I mean, I'll share it with y'all. My parents are divorced. They got divorced when I was in middle school.
Yeah.
So I never seen a happy relationship.
Mine were never married.
So
Yeah, never seen
I'm a bastard.
when you're in these situations, everything is so circumstantial.
No question.
It's not necessarily ever taught how to be in a relationship. You actually teach yourself by failing or not failing. But then sometimes if you don't fail, how do you know what works and what don't work? So I say, this is what I should say. A class should be added. I know this sounds funny. A class should be added to high school seniors called Human Relationship Behavior.
I'm not mad at that, actually.
You know what?
And hold on, check this out. It teaches you.
I like that.
It teaches you relationship things. Like, for example, because I never, as a guy, we're not.
We all know you're a slayer.
Chill out. Hey, don't put this on.
We all know you out here.
Stop it.
Out here.
We're men 9 times out of 10 are usually never taught to be affectionate,
like court a woman.
Hold hands in the mall with you. I don't want to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's not my thing. I've never seen my mom in a space where she's completely, googly eyed over it. I just see my mom working.
Your mama nice too. Thank you for calling me. Thank you for calling me with her on the phone. She's a beautiful woman. Hi, Mama Rari.
Mama Rari, what's up? My mom is the craziest woman, but she's worked hard all her life. I've never seen her in a relationship aspect.
Okay.
You know how that does to my mental state of mind? I've never really focused on why I've never seen something happy. I've seen outside stuff happy. Yeah. But I'm talking about my
not in your immediate circle.
Right.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
I've never seen my mom date.
Ever?
Nah.
See, that's exactly what I'm saying.
When my mom came to America, actually, she was a few weeks pregnant with me and didn't know it. And my dad chose not to come to the States, right? So, over time, like I literally never saw her date. And at one point, I just remember every night I used to hear the door opening at around the same time. And I figured it out. I'm like, I think there's a whole ass man that lives here. Like, I think he lives here. She never actually said it to me out of her mouth. This is my boyfriend. Wow. It got to a point after 2 years of him living in the house and her like sneaking him in and all that we started to celebrate Christmas together and go to dinners. But she never said, this is my boyfriend. Wow. Never said it.
High school behavior.
Never.
And the whole time you're like, Mom, I'm here. I hear the door. I smell the perfume.
Like, I'm American. Like, they're telling me this stuff at school, Mom.
So if you're in a relationship, how do you even know what to do? Like,
man, it's rough. It is rough. It's rough.
Yeah,
I hadn't been in one for 10 years before this one, just because I didn't know what the hell.
You know. Let me put some perspective on this.
Come on, OG.
Put some sauce on.
At the end of the day, I said at the ending of the last episode of Baller Alert Radio, you have to, never let your expectations exceed your efforts.
Yes.
And it's so true, man. I think that like people don't realize relationships are a work in progress.
It's a job.
Forever. Not like the beginning. Oh, you meet, then you getting head on the way from home from the airport. You know what I'm talking about?
Exciting.
You fucking at the club. Like you getting all these extras and it's new and it's fresh because it's new and it's fresh. See, relationships aren't about new and fresh. It's about that staying fresh. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's about that longevity and how can I put it in perspective so that I am being selfless and also being selfish at the same time. And I want to define that. It's the taste amazing. Cheers. Another
beautiful.
Cheers. Okay, great. We're not gonna get these too many promotions. But my point is, no, y'all. Thank you for. But my point is, you got to be selfless because it's not about just you. Mm-hmm. But then you also have to be selfish because you need things. You personally need time. You need, what I'm saying, your moments alone. You need to be able to go out with your friends. So I think that when you get into relationships, you got to put it all on the table from the beginning. And it's not saying we getting married, this is what it, because I think that's where a lot of women mess up too.
Yeah.
And it scares dudes. They come into the relationship, I got one, he has potential, I see he could go to the next level.
And they're sitting there waiting.
Yeah, no. So what they do is they assert themselves like, okay, I'm in here and I'm gonna be wife. I'm gonna be wife without being girlfriend first.
So you mean she acts she takes the wifey role.
She puts herself in a medium position. You got to be friends, then girlfriend, and then wife. Yeah. So my point is, I think if we manage those expectations, we wouldn't put ourselves in these weird situations in relationships. You know what I'm talking about?
I agree.
Because it just you're wasting time almost. Like what's your longest time dating someone?
This time.
Okay.
How long was that?
A little over a year.
Wow.
Yeah, but mine was 2 years. But I mean, it's been so long. But my point is, like when I was dating, I couldn't go longer than 2 years. It was something in my brain that switched. Like I gotta stop. 2 years, year. So what I'm saying is, I think you either are going to accept in your younger years that I'm gonna put in the work to get this relationship, or you're gonna settle. Like a lot of the things you were mentioning in your diatribe, in your 30s and 40s. Because when you're not in a relationship in your 30s and 40s, you're settling. It's not really all the way what you really want. You're stuck in your ways. First of all, when you're 30, in your 30s, you know who you are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're still discovering things. You're still learning things, maybe even professionally, but you know who you are. You know what you like sexually. You know what you like to eat. You know how if you travel. So my thing is like, young, you better put in that work young, because when you get old, it's hard. It's hard to really find that dream person when you get older. You know what I'm talking about?
But how do you find the balance between
being young,
the dream of accomplishing the dream, and that could be your career,
right?
And a relationship, because sometimes.
But a real one gonna push you in the direction you need to be going.
Okay.
A real one gonna hold you down and be like, you know what? I understand. Yeah, I met you. My wife told me, she said, I fell in love with what they all will fall in love with. Just don't bring that shit to my house. And I was like, nigga, you just hit me with some goddamn gangster gold, you know what I'm talking about, some super fly shit, but it was real, because it's like, at the end of the day, I know you sell fantasy for a living. I know you be in these clubs. I know these girls like you, want you, leave all these crazy comments, but you come home every night, you take care of this family, do what you're supposed to do, we good. And that's support, because at the end of the day, that's what pay the bills.
That's a real one.
You know what I'm talking about? But you gotta also know that the girl with the thong on, with the sheer cover in the club, ain't wifey.
Right.
Nope, and she don't care about wifey.
Good breakdown.
That ain't wifey. You know what I'm saying? The dude that, you know what I'm saying, is out here leaning and smoking weed and doing all kind of things every day.
Functional crackhead.
Functional.
That went viral. That went viral last week.
It did.
I know.
I didn't know that.
He had a whole bunch of comments.
We did.
But I want to ask this question. Why is it that guys will say, I know that the girl with the sheer dress on in the club is not wifey or whatever, but
no, I said specifically thong in her ass with the sheer.
Thong in her ass with the sheer, all that.
Come on, Sue. What you talking about?
But I'll be at the club and see this all the time. I can have a group of some beautiful women. Some of them are, in corporate America, but they're still really fun. They're dressed well. The other one is probably dressed a little scandalous. The guys always go to the scandalous one.
Yeah, but that's the wrong guy, though. That's the wrong. Listen, you pay attention in the club. You can see the male thoughts, the female thoughts, the businessmen, the people there just with a friend. You can see it.
You can see
especially y'all. Especially y'all.
Yeah.
So don't have me tear y'all ass up on Ball Alert Radio.
No.
But my point is, Baller Nation, you can see it. If a girl got her nipple areolas showing through her lace top, a thong on with a sheer, she's really about that life.
Yeah.
She's about that life. And it's no judging. If you're gonna wear that to the club where there's 1,000+ people, where men are grabbing at you all the time, there's a reason you are wearing that. You can't tell me it's couture. You can't tell me it's fashion.
That's not always true. Sometimes women wear what they want to wear, and it's not.
I'm saying areolas.
So areolas. These are areolas.
You go to the club with your areola out?
Me personally,
have you wore your areolas out ever?
Personally, no.
Would you wear a thong in the club with some high heels?
I don't wear drawers, so no.
Legend. She's a legend. But that's my point. I think
you work in the club though. That's hard. That's a hard question to ask.
But people know you can't act like you. Come on, seriously, like dudes. Same dude. I mean, you work in the club, so you see the dudes. You see all the dudes. You see whether they care about their look, outfit. You see what they pull up in. You see everything. You trying to say you don't know who's worth talking to?
No, I'm not saying that.
But you like niggas with tattoos on their face. That's your problem. Not you, Pierre. I'm saying, but that's like girls. I'm dating this guy. Exactly. I'm dating this guy, and he has For Life tattooed on his forehead, but he has so much potential. Okay, he might. But what does he do for it? Oh, he was locked up, and then he's trying to figure out the music. Yeah, he's in the studio.
Yeah.
How old is he? Oh, he's 35. Fuck out of here. Yeah. What's seriously?
Yeah.
You don't know that? And look, I see, so it's so amazing to go through life and to see people grow and mature and really find their way, because some do, but a lot don't. And you see them 10 years down the road, you be like, yo,
Damn.
you still thought?
Mm-hmm.
Still thought.
You still out here high as a motherfucker doing records?
This shit still exciting.
When is your single coming out, nigga?
When is your single coming out?
Can I get an album? Can we get an EP? Can we get 555? When is 555 coming out? I'm just confused.
Lord.
So yeah, but I hope we helped in your baller mail, young Rari.
Liddy.
Comment creeping, young Sue Solo.
Creep, creep. Playing from his full time. Creep, 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 creep.
So personally, I'm just kind of stuck on this Kim Kardashian thing.
Kardashian curse.
I knew it was coming back.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I talked about it the other day on my Insta story at Sue Solo, and I really can't get over how endless the Kardashian clan is. Like, I just feel like every day it's something that they do that
a new baby comes.
It's just it's a new baby. It's some new culture vulture shit. Like, it's just out of control.
Nice.
You know,
slap hands.
You know, seriously.
Yeah.
And if y'all saw this dry ass apology that we posted on Baller Alert about 4 days ago.
You mean scripted? Oh, go ahead.
It was scripted, but the sad part is, who the hell is your publicist? Because that was horrible.
Yeah.
That was the worst, driest apology ever. I mean, it was almost as dry as that damn sex tape, but it just...
Nah, that head and that sex... No, I'm joking.
Nah, so you talking about one part. But
yeah, the look back part. Oh, my.
Take the bra off. Take the bra off.
You guys, I really don't know what else to say. Kim Kardashian's apology was not an apology.
Apology for?
Yeah,
she was apologizing. She made a comment where she basically stood up for Jeffree Star, who's now known as a racist makeup artist. And what she said was she didn't know enough about the situation to comment. You don't have to know enough about somebody being racist to comment at all. Like, you don't have to know how racist.
I don't even think she knew the comment. I don't think she knew what he said. I don't think she knew what he said. I think she just commented. Like, people grow up.
Yeah, grow up. Get over it.
Yeah, and she had heard what some of the people were saying, about him, about the comments that he had made. So for her to say get over it without even knowing what was said, it was racist at the end of the day. You didn't have to go look it up. You knew it was racist. So I don't understand, what it would be like to have biracial children, and that's the attitude that they're growing up in their house. Like,
question is, she's friends. Was she friends with that guy?
This is one of her makeup artists.
Yes.
Those are all pretend relationships anyway, by the way.
They're all pretend.
Yeah, but my point is, she is not... I don't want to say she's clearly not a blonde. She's clearly not.
She's a culture vulture.
She's a culture vulture.
Clearly, but at the same time, I don't think that she thought about it. I don't think she thinks about a lot of things, because, to be honest, some of the decisions that were made or have been made ended up working out in her favor. This is not one. But at the same time, I just don't think she had the mental capacity to actually process what was going on and then regurgitate back to people. And when you have 90 million followers, you have to have some type of responsibility when you reply.
I think she doesn't suffer any consequences. I don't think it's that she doesn't know. I don't think it's that it was a spur of the moment thing. I think they continuously do things that they get away with. Right. At some point, you don't care. You are ignorantly, like, you're happy. She's happy. She's good.
Yeah, I don't think she wanted to be racist. I mean, I don't think she
wants to be racist, but I don't think she cares at all.
Yeah, I was about to say, they love niggas. I don't think she wanted to be...
They love that nigga check. They love the money.
No, they got their own check.
I think they
got their own check.
I don't know,
man.
Look, I respect Kim Kardashian's business savvy.
For sure.
However, as far as how she carries herself, I just think sometimes she should not say anything.
Yeah, but that's not
that's not going to happen.
That's correct. Yeah, I mean...
I just thank God that them people in Paris didn't rape the baby, because she had on a towel. I don't know what made me think about
I felt
that.
really bad.
Talking about the kidnapping?
Yeah, I'm just so happy.
I think that was staged.
I think
that was staged.
Everybody did at the time. I'm just glad that nothing, happened. I feel
that's just Ferrari's opinion. I think the kidnapping.
I thought so
was
too
staged.
At first, but then again, it did go away quicker than it came.
I would hope nobody would play with that, but knowing the Kardashians, knowing what we think we know about the Kardashians,
it gave her a little edge.
It gave her a total edge. It gave her the victim vibe. Now instead of talking about her all the time,
that sex tape gave her the edge. I just wish she took off her bra. It was a porno with a bra on. I'm just saying. So big shout out to Kim Kardashian.
Hey Kim, what's up?
Hey girl.
And all the sweetness that's out there.
When is Kanye gonna drop those yellow Yeezys? I want them. Size 9.5.
That's a whole nother show, though. We got to talk about where that's going. So, all right, Baller Wars, Baller Nation. We like to always shout out the people that are advertising with Baller Alert. Again, Tony Coop, Pat Nix, Vegas. We are on the way.
Nice.
Next weekend.
Who's going to win the fight?
I think Floyd Mayweather. No, get him drunk. He has to go to Street Fest. Get him drunk.
Gracious.
Absolutely.
Stop it.
I think Conor McGregor is going to lift his foot off the mat and lose all the money. But I think that I really do think that Mayweather's going to beat his face off.
Mayweather's going to knock him out.
He's going to technically box his face off.
The black man is going to win.
The black man is gone.
The black man is going to win, guys.
So that's happening in Vegas next weekend. Amber Rose Friday at Hard Rock Live, Hard Rock Cafe Live. Saturday, Cardi B.
Amber Savage. Rose.
And YFN Lucci. And then, too, I want to address this in our Baller Wars. All you young, aspiring DJs and mic men out here in these streets, there's a thing called It's Bigger Than You. I just want to make sure that you realize that it's really not about shouting yourself out all the time and, making sure that people know you're in the building. It's about all the people in the building. It's the girl from Philadelphia that is in here 25 deep with white t-shirts on. It's
Happy birthday, girl.
It's I forgot her name. I would shout her out too from last night. But it's bigger than you. And then there's some people that are just bigger than you. And they just need to have, the respect, on demand, So take it all in, young bloods. You gotta, get in pocket and just ride the wave sometime, because the wave is real. You know what I'm talking about?
The wave is real.
The wave is real, especially when you can benefit from the situation, especially when, you can have the people around you notice your sacrifice, if you will, and help you push forward, because there's a lot of people out here that really are for the culture and not crafty, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? I hope you got my face on that one. Okay, great.
I was not ready for that.
Don't be, out here tripping, man. So, Ferrari Simmons, tell Baller Nation what's coming up for you, what you got going on, where they can find you on social, my brother.
Everything's Ferrari Simmons. I'm dropping my leather Rari snapbacks Labor Day. Labor Day. That's the 4th, I believe. Yeah, the 4th of September. Labor Day. Dropping all leather Rari snapbacks, $49.99 on FerrariSimmons.com. Everything's FerrariSimmons.com. Ferrari Simmons on Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, Snapchat. Your mama know me as Ferrari. Your sister, your auntie, your cousin. Everybody know me as Ferrari. Hey. Yeah.
Sue Solo, tell them where it's at, baby.
Sue Solo. You can find me at Sue Solo, SUSOLO, on all your favorite social media networks. Saturdays in ATL, I get brunch every Saturday.
Super dope.
Yes, good event, no pressure vibe. Hit me up, let me know if you want to come through. Saturdays, get brunch.
I love you in your face.
Love you in your face.
With the mostest. And at Kenny Burns on every possible site in the world. We'll be in Vegas with Amber Rose, YFN Lucci, and Cardi B. Fight weekend. Go Mayweather the following week. The 29th of August in ATL. I'm at the gathering spot for The Dream Is Real. There's always another level. So if you want to come get some of that inspiration, some of that knowledge, feel free to have your face in the place. And also, Labor Day weekend is Luda Day weekend here in ATL, y'all. So we are going to be doing the most.
Are you playing in the basketball game?
I am not playing in the basketball game anymore. I am not about that life anymore. Although I am in shape, I will put on a uniform and be on the sideline cutting up on somebody's microphone. Pause.
Luda, put me in the game, Luda.
Yeah, you know what?
What's up?
You can play. You can play. You can take my space. You can take my spot because I'm not balling anymore. I'm not a
Vince
baller in that right anymore. So that's Luda Day weekend, and then on September 4th we go to Paris for Ludacris's Big 4-0. So happy birthday to my brother 40? Ludacris.
Pretty lit.
Yeah, we going. He got a whole castle and some other shit. Actually, I think we're gonna have some PJ out there. So anyway, y'all, don't forget, Baller Nation, it's always bigger than you. The culture comes first. This is Baller Alert Radio. The dream is real. We'll see y'all next. Peace.
Baller Alert! The dream is real.